What were you saying, Clark? What were you talking about just now? Huh? What's his face? Can you say hi? Say hi. She just woke up. She just woke up, so she's working on it. Her brain's still dusting off cobwebs, huh? Woo! Uh-huh. How'd you sleep? Did you have a good dream? Did you have any good dreams? Huh? Oh, no cute baby alert. She's pretty cute. You're pretty cute, huh? You are so vocal. You are always so vocal until we get on stream. Huh? And then you're always quiet. It's like you know there's tons of people. It's like you know. Huh? She's so big already. Dude, she's over a year old now. Look at you. You're over a year, huh? Here, want to show everybody how good you can walk? We did this yesterday too, but that's okay. It's still fun. Ready? Yeah. Hi. Come here. Come here. What is this? This thing. Hi. Where you going, my love? Is there a cat out there? Cat. She's just looking out the window saying, at. Cat. Cat. Do you see a cat out there? Can't see her. Oh, there she is. Cat. Is that me, Mama? It is. Look, it's you. Look. I know. Up. What would you like to tell everybody? You're very good at that, huh? Her cheeks are so chubby, I know. Huh, you got that round face. Her hair is starting to curl in the back like her daddy's does. It's a sick sweatshirt. Where did you get it? It's a Kraken sweatshirt that Sam got along with all of his other Kraken stuff for his stream. And I was cold this morning, huh? I was cold this morning, but I thought if I went upstairs and grabbed a sweatshirt, I might wake you up. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to make sure you slept lots because you were screaming at me this morning, huh? She's like, maybe. Maybe. Yeah. She knows it. She knows that word. Daddy. You gotta stay here. I know, you gotta stay here till he's done. You gotta stay here. Yeah, you gotta stay here. Nah.
Say bye to Mama.
Bye-bye. Hey. Bye-bye. Mwah. I love you both very much.
Bye, Mama.
Bye-bye. They're cute. They're cute. Her head whipped around when you said daddy. I know. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah, she knows. She knows, there are a lot of words that she knows what books are. If I say you want to read a book, she's like, whoosh. Like, do I want to read a book? Is water wet? She doesn't know because she doesn't know what water is, but she knows bath. She knows book. What a cerebral baby. I'm sure that maybe not every parent, but I'm sure that most parents are just like so overwhelmed with how quickly babies learn things that every parent is like, my baby's a goddamn genius, right? Like, so I try not to be like, guys, Clark is so fucking smart. But I do consistently think to myself, like, God, my baby's so goddamn smart. It's true. All babies are geniuses. And all babies, like, acquire information differently, right? So there's some information that I'm sure she's acquiring really fast and, like, putting the puzzle pieces together quickly. And there are going to be other things that she doesn't pick up as quickly as other kids would, right? Like, it has to do with how they're acquiring knowledge. But all babies are constantly acquiring new information and, like, having to apply it to what they thought the world was like, 15 minutes ago. We've been doing the same thing with my nephews. Yeah. It's great until you cuss once in front of them and that's all they say for months. I guess, like, if you just don't acknowledge them saying it, maybe, and you don't say it again. Because Clark definitely already has done a thing where most things she can tell if it's something she's not supposed to do, right? So, like, before we put the gate in front of the stairs, if she started to go to the stairs and I said, Clark, she knew that was me saying, don't go over to the stairs, right? But she would look at me, look at the stairs, look at me, and then she would go up the stairs anyway, right? Like, there are a lot of things where she's registering, like, I'm not supposed to do this, but I'm going to, right? And she's not at a language level yet, obviously, where I can explain, like, don't do this because this, right now in her mind, it's like a game. Like, I'm not supposed to, but I can anyway. So I need to like be aware of when, like, at what point I can start like disciplining her. But, you know, depending on their age, like trying to put her in timeout right now, like, what would that do? Nothing. Right? Like, so yeah, I just need to be aware of at what age will that stuff be effective? Because right now it's not. Right now it's just laying the building blocks of her understanding like different tones of voice and things like that. She definitely knows when I'm trying to explain to her, like, don't do that. So babies are chaotic neutral. 100%. Yeah. Because chaotic neutral is like very selfish, right? It's like, I'm going to do whatever I want for myself. And that's 100% babies. Yeah. But like, there are other things like when we're taking a bath, right? She's learned now not to stand up in the bath. And if she starts to, and I say, sit, she'll sit down. Like, does not fight me on that at all. She just gets really excited and wants to touch things and tries to stand up. And I go, sit, and she sits. So I'm like, great. That's great. But there are a couple of other things where she's just like, this is a fun game where I do a thing and mommy has to like come get me in order to stop me from doing the thing, right? I want to go up the stairs. Mommy is going to follow me because if she doesn't, I might fall down the stairs and die, right? So like, not to that specific detail, but like that's what's going on there, you know? So how well did the cats take to Clark? Watson still avoids Clark like the plague. Sherlock and Clark get on pretty well now. So that's good. Sherlock was very patient with her while she was learning how to be gentle, because at first it was a lot of like, bam, I want to touch a cat, slap. And so we had to teach her, like, you gentle touch, you touch with your hand like this, you don't grab, gentle touch, gentle touch. And now she's really good at it. So she'll go over to Sherlock and do this. And she gets so excited. But if she's allowed to do it for long enough and he doesn't move, she gets progressively like, he's not leaving, right? And then he's like, okay, calm down. Sherlock is a very gentle boy, yeah. But yeah, Watson wants nothing to do with her. I used to run away from my mom a lot as a baby. She had her fair share of saving my life from danger. Yeah. My sister was laughing because I used to make fun of the concept of baby leashes. And now I have a baby that literally does not stop moving. And I was talking with my sister and I was like, I get it now. I still don't know if I'll use one, but I get why people buy baby leashes. Like, are baby leashes a thing? 100% yes. Yeah, you can get them basically like little harnesses. You can get basically like little harnesses that go on them, and then you clip, like, you have a leash and you can clip it to the harness. Some kids, you can teach them, like, hold on to my pocket, hold on to the stroller, right? That kind of stuff. But if you have a kid that just wants to literally run away from you always, I get it. And you're not sure how to like what the effective way for this child is to teach them not to do that. I get why you're like, I guess I'll just get a leash until I figure it out. Because is that legal? Yeah, of course it is. If it keeps your child from running into a crowd of people, I would rather have them on a leash than have them run into a crowd of people. Yeah. Was there a co-optional this week? There was, yeah. Keenan was our guest, right? That was this week? Yeah. Kraken was our guest. Arnar, I always forget that you have a twin. Heavy Rain would have ended much sooner if he put his kid on a leash. But how do we know this is the real Arnar? Fuck, good question. Arnar, how do you prove that you're the real Arnar? Tell us something about the sea. Right? give us some water facts. The sea is a gamer. It's the wrong Arnar. It's the wrong Arnar. What if the twin is also a marine biologist? Fuck. That's like my mom and her twin. They had the exact same job. That's true. Yeah, that wouldn't have worked. If I was trying to figure out if it was my mom or her identical twin, and I was like, tell me something about the court system, they would both be able to answer that. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. This doesn't work. It has waves and shit in it. Ah, yes. The sea filled with waves and shit. We played ourselves. I know someone whose identical twin has the exact same profession. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My mom and her sister are identical twins. And they had the exact same job for years. They were both court reporters. So that would not work for my mom. What would work is my aunt has bleached her hair blonde the entire time that I've had her in my life. For the last 30 some odd years, maybe more, maybe before I was even born. She has bleached her hair. It's so literally people always meet them and are like, oh my gosh, are you guys twins? But it's not like you wouldn't be able to tell them apart. I wonder how that ended up being both their passions. That's not exactly how it happened. It was, if my mom's watching right now, she might text me and correct me on this. But my grandfather was a judge and lawyer, the youngest person to ever be judge in California, I think, at the time. But my papa was like a genius, like crazy smart. But when my mom and my sister were like getting to the age where they would need jobs, he was like, oh, you should just work at my firm, basically. And so they both went for the same type of job, I believe. Well, if she changes her hair one day to mess with you, well, their hair is also different lengths. So it's not like she could just dye her hair black and then be like, I'm your mother. Because I know, well, also, I can tell them apart because they've been in my life forever. So, like, I would see my Aunt Jo and be like, hi, Auntie Jo. Like, there's no way that she could convince me. Do you ever confuse them on the phone? No. They have a lot of the same, like, verbal mannerisms, but their tones are different. Their tones of voice are different. This sounds like a challenge to me. Did they ever prank people? Yes. Yes, they did. Are their personalities the same-ish? I would say that my mom is more... My Auntie Jo was more the, like, party girl, I would say. And my mom is a lot like me, is more of, like, a homebody. Still loves people. She worked in HR for years and years and years. Like, loves people, is very personable, but she likes to just have her just sit at home and read time. She reads every night. She's cute. My mom's very cute, I think. Yeah. Well, I remember when I was a little kid and I didn't entirely understand what twins were, because it's not like my mom, it had never been brought up, really. And I can't remember how old I was, but I was really little. I remember going to the grocery store with my mom and my Aunt Jo, and the cashier was like, "Oh my gosh, are you guys twins?" And they were like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Oh my gosh, you are identical. That's crazy." And it blew my mind, because I was going, no, they're not. Right? Because it was my mom and my aunt. Like, of course they look different. They're totally different people. Like, what do you mean they're identical? Right? Like, that made no sense to me. And then I had there was a conversation on the way home where I was like, what was that person talking about? And my mom was like, well, because your Aunt Jo and I are identical twins. So we mostly look the same. And I was like, no, you don't. Right? Like, that just, I didn't understand. Like, I think about stories with like siblings whose parents had like triplets, like twins or triplets, and the parents would get them mixed up. And I think to myself, like, I wonder how long it takes when they're babies. Like, I wonder how long it takes for you to realize, like, oh, this one is, like, these are the differences, right? If they're identical. I don't know. I think about stuff like that now that I've had a kid a lot, I think. Like, oh, if I had twins, I wonder how long it would take for me to see and appreciate the differences in my twins. My parents wrote A and B on my brother's head as babies. What? That's so good. What? I was imagining to myself, oh, I'd probably just color code them at first, right? I would probably say, like, okay, you're wearing all yellow stuff, you're wearing all green stuff, or something. That's so much funnier, though. Just be like, all right, it's probably non-toxic, whatever. You're baby A and you're baby B. Thing 1 and thing 2, literally, yeah. That's so funny. What was that? There was a Disney Channel movie, wasn't there? Where the parents had, like, quintuplets or something crazy, like 5, like, was that a Disney movie? It was about an older sister, and her parents had, like, quintuplets or sextuplets or something, like a ton of babies. And there's a scene in there where the older sister had gotten so attached to the babies, and the parents were, like, trying to work and, like, do all of this stuff. And there's a scene where the parents like got the babies mixed up, and the older sister is like, no, that's not that one. This is this one because they have this, and this is this one because they have this, and this is this one. Like, she knew the differences between all of her siblings, but the parents didn't. And I remember like watching that and thinking that was so sad. Like, Quince, that's what it is. Quince, that's the name of the movie. Oh my God. I love you guys. I love that I can bring up like a fucking obscure made for TV movie and everybody will be like, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's what Twitch chat is for. I mean, girl, it helps. It helps. How many babies would be so hard and expensive to deal with? Dude, I can't even I can't. So there are a lot of twins in my family. Speaking of twins, there are a lot of twins in my family on both sides. So when I got pregnant, we were like, oh, what if it was twins, right? Because there's so many twins. And everybody would say, if it's twins, you're so small that it's probably going to be a nightmare for you to carry twins. It wasn't twins, obviously. But that's what everybody has always said, is like, if you were to have twins, it would just be a nightmare trying to carry them around. Which makes me think I don't think that's true, by the way. I think I'm stocky enough that I could hold twins just fine. But I think about people who are like, yeah, I had quadruplets. Where did they go? Where did they all go? Like, I don't understand. It wasn't twins, obviously, or was it? She just absorbed the other one. Twins usually skip a generation. Yeah, so I wouldn't be a twin, but my children would be twins. Right? Isn't that how it would work? If it skips a generation? Yeah. Yeah. Go prove them wrong right now. Yikes, no thank you. Twins is like the RNG of genetics and biology. Yeah, I don't think, like, I would find it believable that if there are a lot of twins in your genetic line, that you have more of a propensity to have them. When people say, oh, it skips a generation, it's hard for me to think that there would be any scientific backing for that. But I don't know. I am not a geneticist. So Clark is secretly two babies on top of each other. That's why she's so smart, because there were two babies in there and she ate the brain of the other one. Oh. It's also why she's so big. She's not, though. Like, she is fitting into clothing that is like for her exact age. She just started off a little small. So she's like, she looks bigger, I think is what it is. That she started off a little small, not super small, but a little smaller. And so she like had some catching up to do, but she's fully caught up now. Yeah, that's true. She's normal sized. I'm just small, so she looks huge. I am a biologist. I'll spare the details, but it is scientific, although exceptions exist. Twin chances can skip generations. Interesting. Well, there you go. Very cool. It's all them potatoes and carrots. She's still turned off of carrots, man. She's not into them. Rip. You have such a diverse audience, right? No, it's fascinating. Like, we can talk about just about anything, and there's a high chance somebody in chat will be like, oh, that's my job. I can actually tell you about that thing. Blows my mind. Hi, Joe. How are you, dude? Does she still like that one book she liked in December? Clark is still very obsessed with books, but she likes a lot of books. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Try raw carrots. She only has 4 teeth. 5 teeth? She has 5 teeth now. So I'm not going to give her raw carrots. Oh, Baby loves aerospace engineering. She does still love that book, yes. Her current favorites are You My Mother? I don't know why she loves that one so much. Are You My Mother? She's very into. She's really into Where is Baby's Belly Button? Because it's one of those books that has like flaps that you lift up. And so we turn the page and she knows what the flaps do. She gets very excited. Hi, family.
Hi.
You look so excited. What are you excited about? Ow.
Find coffee curries.
Oh, there aren't any. You gotta fill up the reusable, my love.
What?
You gotta fill up the reusable. Save the earth.
Tell her what you think of this.
Hi. People are asking what your favorite book is right now. That one? Really? Uh-huh. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do, Goop Troop? Mwah. Mwah. Thank you. Mwah. Do you want me to hold her while you make a coffee?
No, it's okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, she's helping me.
Okay.
Unless you want to hold her. That was your way of saying, can I hold her?
It's fine. She wriggles in my lap a ton, so if you're good, then...
Bye, Mommy.
Bye, love you. Yeah, she does that now. When we say bye-bye, she goes, mwah. Which is very cute. But she's replaced actual smooches now with it. Which is probably fine. It's probably better that she doesn't headbutt people trying to kiss them all the time like she was for a hot minute there. Or biting them. Remember when she was biting my face? I'm okay with her not doing those things anymore. So now, yeah, when people leave, go say bye-bye. And she goes, mwah. And if we say wave, she goes like this. Super cute. Is she still strong? Yeah. She's going to eat a good meal and do the chef kiss at age 2. Headbutt, so on brand. She was, yeah, there was like a couple of days there, like 3 days, I want to say, where she would climb on me and lean in to like kiss me, and I'd go and then she would just fucking bite. She would just bite my lips really hard, and I was like, I don't like this. I don't know why you decided this is what you want to do, but I don't like it. Goodnight Moon was one of my favorites when I was little. Yo, yeah, so I never read Goodnight Moon growing up at all. But Kaylee, Happily Aaron's daughter, Kaylee is obsessed with Goodnight Moon. So we were like, oh, well, Goodnight Moon is on sale at Bye Bye Baby. So we bought it And the only part of Goodnight Moon that she's super into is the mouse. There's a part where it says there was a little toy house and a young mouse, and she points at the mouse. And then later on in the book, say, good night house, good night mouse. And she points at the mouse. It's the only part she cares about. The rest of it, she's like playing with other books, looking around. She's like not super into Goodnight Moon, but she loves the mouse. She doesn't bite me anymore. She's not doing that anymore. Thank God. What's her favorite plushie? She got a bunch of... So she's super into Peppa Pig. But we don't have a whole lot of Peppa Pig merchandise here. So I was telling everybody, like, after her birthday, the reason that she had so many Peppa Pig things in her birthday pictures is because everybody from England was like, oh, she likes Peppa Pig, huh? Just fucking loaded her up with Peppa Pig stuff for her birthday. So now she's got all these Peppa Pig dolls that she carries around. And Sherlock keeps trying to steal them, of course. So she loves those. She's got a big crocodile. Loves that. I don't know why. It's like a huge plushie in her room. There's a big old crocodile and she loves it. But she doesn't have like a cuddle that's her favorite. We actually swap out cuddles because we've gotten so many of them over time. We have like a bunch of like she has a giraffe one from the zoo. We have a couple of different fox ones that you guys sent us. We have a little teddy bear one. Like we have a bunch of different cuddles. So yeah, so we'll just like swap them out and put her to bed and be like, you want the giraffe? You want the pink fox? What you want? Sherlock's getting a return on investment for being patient. It's true. He steals her toys, and he gets pet by her, and she doesn't grab his tail anymore. Incredible. Incredible. Such strides. Cuddles are like, well, it's basically anything that they would like hug while they go to sleep or like touch while they're going to sleep. But specifically now, for whatever reason, cuddles are like, it's kind of the top half of a stuffed animal, and then the rest is a little blankie. I wish that I had one. But yeah, that's typically when people talk about cuddles now, that's typically what they're talking about is it's like a little blankie with like a stuffed animal top. How do you introduce cats to a new baby? Well, cats are all about smells, right? So, for my cats, we created a situation where she was around, but they didn't touch her, right? Which they were fine with. Watson, being the one who is far more territorial, Watson really hated it for the first like day. She did that thing where she peed all over the floor and did a backflip and like ran out of the room, right? That was the first night that we had the baby home, and I was like, Jesus Christ. So Watson had an issue with her, but just kind of maintained distance for a while and has continued to maintain a little bit of distance, but is used to her. Sherlock was totally fine. He just kind of sniffed at her occasionally and then was like, okay. But Sherlock took on a much more motherly role as a cat, where he would just kind of like lay near her a lot. And for a while there, when she started sleeping in her own room, if she cried, Sherlock would like meow, being like, the baby's crying. It's like, yeah, I know. I know. But yeah, he became like very kind of protective of her. And Watson wanted nothing to do with her. So
It's cute, but it is very stressful at the same time. When there's a baby who's like screaming, and then you have a cat, and Sherlock's pretty loud. You have a cat going meow, 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 and like pacing around and getting under your feet. It's so much. It's like, Sherlock, I know. I understand that you're upset, that the baby's upset, but you're now upsetting me. I'm starting to get upset too, which is not what we need. Sherlock's really bad about that. Like the quintessential cat that trips you. That's Sherlock, 100%. The thing that Watson does is she sits on a random step on the stairs, and I'll be like, okay, I'm walking down the stairs, so either you stay there or you move. And I get to that step and she hasn't moved, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'm stepping around you. And the second I go to step around her, she like runs right under my foot. Like, why? Why are cats like this? Watson going for fatalities. She's like, look, if this baby is here to stay, I just gotta kill it. I'm gonna wait till she's carrying it and I'm gonna trip her on the stairs. Rude. Rude as hell. You just can't, yeah, you know. We all know how cats are. They just casually try to kill you all the time. We had black cats on a dark carpet. My dad stepped on them many times. So all of our chairs are black. Sherlock loves to sit on our chairs, and we sit on Sherlock by accident constantly. When I have a bunch of blankies on it like this, it helps so much. Is Sherlock comfy? Is he comfy to sit on? No. Sherlock is the cat that the second I try to trim his nails, he loses his shit. So I don't do it super often, which means, yeah, he's got big old sharp boy nails. So if I'm sitting here and Sherlock is in one of his rare moods where he's like, I want a Snuggie, he gets on my lap. He weighs 1,000,000 pounds. So my lap already hurts from him standing on it. And then he's like, okay, I just need to do some biscuits and then I'll be good and I'll lay down. So not only now is it just so heavy and like I've got these pinpoint like feet just digging into my legs, but then he's like, it hurts so bad. I'm like, don't. Why? Where did you get the cat shirt you wore when you met Michelle Obama? I got it at Zara in England. I know that's not super helpful, but I got it at Zara in England like 2 years ago. 3 years ago. I needed to look nice for something, but I didn't need to like be dressed up. I just needed to look nice. And so Molly, my sister-in-law, took me to Zara and we were looking at the nice shirts and I saw a button-up shirt with cats all over it and I started laughing and I said, I have to get this one. And she started laughing and was like, yeah. And I rarely get a chance to wear it. Apparently, I thought going to meet the former first lady and meet a bunch of potential celebrities and do interviews was the right time. I wore it. Yeah, it was a button-up shirt covered in cats, and then I finally got to wear my my like collar dangle, my like collar cuff thing that is 2 wolf heads. No one pointed out that didn't really work. It looked like it made sense, but nobody pointed out like, isn't it weird that you're wearing a shirt covered in cats, but you have wolves, but you have wolves on your collar. No one said anything. As a clothing designer can confirm, we have everybody in here. We could pick up and start a country. We have everybody. We have like everybody in here has a unique skill. All bases? Any undertakers? I guess we could use an undertaker. Or we could just go like old school. And when people pass away, we light them on fire and we're like, they rocked. That's it. Sam's mom and I were talking about that. Sorry, I know that's like really morbid. We were talking about just like, man, it's just there's just like so much going on. What the fuck? I'm oh. So it's got this thing like Kraken Spice rum whatever, but it feels like a sticker. So I was like, oh, it's a sticker, and I tried to peel it off. I don't think it's supposed to be a sticker. I think it's just like a weird like clothing decal that they slapped on there. All of this is screen printed, you can tell. All of the like tentacles, but then this feels like a sticker. And I tried to take it off, but now it's ripping. Don't tell Sam. Behind the mic, it didn't look like you were messing with a patch. What, you thought I just like flopped my boob out and was doing something with it? Like, what is the implication here? Like, everybody's like, that didn't look like, well, that's not what I saw on my screen. Like, what did it look like I was doing? Flopped isn't the best word to use. I've had a child. Flopped is the perfect word to use. Yeah. I want a Viking funeral. Thank you, Mucius, for trying to bring us back on track. I just want feral cats to eat my body. That could probably be arranged. I think a lot of people would push back on it, but whoa. Ah, we broke it. We broke the spell. That was crazy. It was one of those like it was one of those weird artifact problems that we have with this camera, but it made my eye blue. That was really crazy. That scared me. You could submit this. Oh, fuck. No, never mind. Don't. I was going to say, you could submit this to one of those forums where people are like, we need to find all of the reptilians. You'd be like, proof. She blamed it on artifacts, but we know the truth. Paranormal Magazine. Oh, shit. Throw me into a volcano? Y'all are crushing it. That's just what a reptilian would say. What? I would out myself? You're on again while I'm making bread. Oh, I still need to make bread. God, what's wrong with me? It's not hard to make bread. I have everything in my house that's necessary. The only thing I was missing was yeast. I bought the yeast. What's wrong with me? I mean, it doesn't even take that much, like active, engaged time. It doesn't take that much time. Like, you put the shit together, and then you're like, cool, do your thing, and you walk away. And then you come back over and you're like, did you do it? Sick. Punch, punch, punch. Do your thing for a little longer, and then you walk away. Like... Did someone say yeast? I'm going to culinary school for baking and pastry. We have everyone. We have everyone that we need. I know how to make mead. Great. I have a culinary degree, but now I do IT. Are you happy? Are you happier doing IT? That's what matters. Do we have a horticulturist? I'll get my brother to come with us. If we don't, I'll get my brother to come with us. He studied horticulture for years before he just said, fuck it, I'm a musician. It was supposed to be his, like, backup job. Akaran is a horticulturist. Fuck yes, we've got this. They both suck the same when it all comes down to it. I enjoy them both. I had to do IT when my ex-wife decided not to work anymore, but I'm accustomed to the level of income. I see. So you're not necessarily happier, but you're making more money, and it creates a situation where your family is more stable, is what it sounds like. Sometimes life really be like that. It's like when I was studying to be an engineer and I said, fuck it, I'm a designer now. My brother has always done music, right? Music has always been his passion. But understandably, everybody was like, sometimes music doesn't work out. You need to have like other options, right? So my dad encouraged him to study horticulture because, like, we have the farm and everything. He was like, if you needed land to work with, if you wanted to do anything with it, we have the land, right? So, yeah, so he studied horticulture for years, and he became a landscaper. There was a mishap with a saw, and the saw went through part of his hand and somehow managed to not damage anything that he needed to be able to play piano. And he was like, that was an incredible, like, miracle that I didn't just ruin my, like, potential musical life. And so he just threw himself completely into music and has been touring and selling his album and everything ever since. Super lucky. Yeah. We were like, what the fuck? How did that not do any damage? It's insane. I dropped out of college and now I have my dream job. Hell yeah, man. It's literally Jared Lawson. Jarrod. Jared Lawson. His first album, I think, is, if I remember right, I think is just called Jared Lawson. But he's working on his second album right now. I think he just needs to make the master tracks, and then he can actually like create the album for people to have. But it's been a long time in the works. His first one has been out for years. But yeah. Yeah, he's jazz. Like kind of funk and jazz music. He's very talented. I'm very proud of him. Do you ever listen to his music on stream? I don't. You know, I could probably go to him and say like, hey, can you make sure that I'm on some kind of a whitelist to not get taken down for using your music? But is he able to live off of it? He currently lives in his friend's garage. That's like his home base because he's constantly touring and trying to get his music out there. So he mostly just breaks even as of right now because he's still in the process of like trying to reach new people and new listeners and stuff. I know, Arnar, that's happened a couple of times where people have been to his shows and I'll say like, oh, that's my brother. And they'll go, what? Which is super cool. You toss pizza and ice cream onto pallets. We can figure out a job for you. Maybe it still involves pizza. I don't know. We can figure it out. This is starting to feel like Dr. Stone. This is starting to feel like Dr. Stone, this whole thing. Jared Lawson. Yeah. People have been linking it. Dr. Stone is a manga. It's very good. The concept of it is that one day there's just like a crazy event that happens that turns every human on Earth into stone. And one of them manages to break free, like wakes up and breaks out of the stone thousands of years later, like a crazy amount of time later. And he's a genius, like a scientific marvel. And so he is just on his own and decides, I'm going to figure out how to break more people out and we're going to build humanity back up, is like the concept of it. And I was not in on it at first. I thought it was a good concept, but I was like not super sold on it. And then I want to say like 15 chapters in. They're short, really short chapters. I got like maybe 15, 18 chapters in, and I started to get way more invested, and now I'm like fully in. It's called Dr. Stone. Dodger's brother is kind of cute. I did one of those, not to like somehow turn this into a compliment for myself, but I did one of those things that's like, what would you look like with more masculine features, right? And it like gave me a big old beard and it like widened my jaw a little bit. And I was like, holy shit, I look like Jared. Because people would always meet Jared and I and be like, oh, it's so obvious that you're siblings. And we would laugh because we didn't see the similarity at all. I used one of those apps that like made my jaw a bit squarer and gave me a big old beard and stuff. And I was like, holy shit, I look like Jared. Where can you find the manga? If you are subscribed to the Shonen Jump thing, the like $2 a month Shonen Jump thing, if you're in a place that offers that, you can find all of it on there. I use the Viz app for it. So on the Viz app, you can do the $2 a month subscription, and then you get access to like tons of manga. It's crazy. Got my Dodger coffee today. I'm trying to cut down on sugar, and it's really good. Oh, I'm so glad you like it. Thank you. David and I are talking about doing another Dodger coffee stream on Monday, maybe. So we might have some cool things to announce. No spoilsies. What's a Dodger coffee stream? So I own I'm an owner of a coffee company called Dodger Coffee. And we've done a few streams now where we've kind of like promoted the coffee business and like played with viewers, or we did a thing where for every like X amount of coffee that we sold, we would go to a smaller community, like a smaller streamer, and gift a bunch of subs, stuff like that. So yeah, it's going well. It's doing good. And yeah, we've got some new things to announce. Maybe you didn't hear it from me, so we might be doing that on Monday. Thanks for sharing that Adventure Comic on Twitter. It's cute as heck. So cute, right? Yeah, I don't know if everybody realized that was a thread of comics, but like, hold on. I retweeted the first of like a thread of comics this morning by Jake Lawrence, and they are so cute. Just very wholesome. Oh, I still have my first Dodger coffee bag. I never use it because I want to save it. Thank you. I have 2 sisters and 3 brothers. I was number 4 out of 6. My older brother is 10 years older, and people will say hi and start talking to me thinking I'm him all the time. Do you guys look very similar? So the thing that always happened to me was I would answer the phone, and people thought I was my mom, because my mom and I, at least when I was younger, my mom and I spoke so, like, identically. So I would pick up the phone. And the best part is, because I was a kid, I was instructed, like, if no one else is in the house and you pick up the phone, you say, "Hello, Lawson residence." And then, you know, if somebody needed my dad, I would go find my dad. If they needed my mom, I would take a message. Right? I would write down a message. This is old school style, guys. So I just loved imagining somebody trying to call my mom and hearing this voice go, "Hello, Lawson residence," and going, "Susan!" and like talking to me like I'm my mom, being like, Back when landlines were relevant. Exactly. Back before anybody had a cell phone. No one had cell phones when I was a kid. It's not a thing. We didn't have internet when I was a kid. It's not a thing. Isn't that crazy? Like, when I need to really try and think about how far technology has come in my lifetime, I think about when I was like 10 and how completely different it was. Yeah, we had a rotary phone when I was a little kid. Mm-hmm. My parents still have a landline because they don't have any service in the middle of the woods. Right? Like in those situations, like rural areas, absolutely landlines are still useful for sure. Yeah, my phone barely works when I'm at the farm. I used to throw those AOL CDs you would get in the mail. Like, oh my God, we used to get the AOL CDs all the time in the mail. Aren't you only like 30? I am. I'm 31. I'll be 32 this year. But yeah, when I was 10, nobody that I knew had internet. Actually, no, my cousins had internet, but their dad was like a big IT boy. So they had internet, and I was like, whoa. We didn't have internet. No one had cell phones. I am, yeah. 31. Big girl. I have a baby. Shit's crazy over here, man. I'm full speed ahead into old ass grandma mode. I'm ready. Bring it on. Yeah, I was very excited. When I was in my 20s, I could not wait to be 30. And then I hit 30 and it was everything I wanted it to be. I hit 30 and I was like, fuck yes, this is exactly what I thought 30 would be. Literally nothing has changed, but but I'm in. And then I got pregnant. So there you go. What did you want 30 to be? I wanted 30 to be it was more of like a perception thing, right? I think because I'm always treated like I'm so young. Depending on the person I'm talking to, they might be like, "You're in high school, right?" I don't think I look like a high schooler at all. But to like much older people, because the older you get, the harder it is to like perceive how old younger people are. It's just the way it works. I don't know why. Older people are always like, "Are you a child?" I really wanted to hit 30 so that when someone treats me like that, I can say, I'm actually in my 30s. Because suddenly it's like, wait, but that's the age of an actual adult. Wait a minute, right? Like 30 is such a like strict. It just sounds like the age of an adult. All of the 20s, I don't think sound like adult numbers, really. But 30 is like, I've been on this planet for 30 years. But I can still have fun, right? I don't know. 30 just like sounded like such a good age, just for perception reasons. What is 50 to you? 50 also like doesn't sound that old. But my parents were in their 50s when I was like in elementary school. So yeah, because my mom hit 50 when I was 10. So 50 has always sounded like definitely an adult, but not old yet. Look, a bunch of you guys saw my mom when she was visiting, right? She's in her 70s and she's still kicking it. Dude, she's crushing it. Y'all aren't out of the game. If you're in your 50s or your 60s or whatever and you're like, nah, I'm full speed ahead in a bad way. You're not. You're full speed ahead in a good way. You can keep crushing it. I believe in you. I can't believe she's in her 70s. I should move to a farm. I think it helps. Yeah. Just like complete detachment from all the bullshit just makes you age slower. Maybe. Right, lavender. But I guess what I mean is that to make assumptions that you're too old, I think holds you back, right? I know so many people my age that are like, oh my God, I'm 30. Might as well just die. Like, what? Like, we're 30. We're 30. Babies are being born right now with projections to live beyond 100 years old. Like, we've just started, yo. We've just started. And if something terrible happens and it turns out that, like, you weren't able to make it as far as you were hoping, unfortunately, that's life. But you could crush it. You could crush it. And you know what? We're all crushing it. Look, we're all crushing it. It's fine. 30 is the new 120. Yikes. These words are oddly encouraging. Good, because they all fell apart. There was a certain point in what I was saying where it all started to fall apart. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Life is going to happen. Whatever life is going to throw at us, we have no idea what it's going to be. So regardless of how old we are, we just got to like do our best and chase stuff that's going to make us happy, right? Were you at the college signing day at UCLA? I was. Yeah, that's how I met Ms. Obama. I almost feel too old to have fun and too young to be serious about adult stuff. Is it really morning for you? Well, it's exactly noon right now. So technically not anymore. It's now afternoon, I suppose. She's so tall. She's very tall. She gives great hugs. I was in and out in about 2 minutes, but it was worth it. It was great. She's very sweet. No, I'm still very behind on Dororo. I still haven't watched Fruits Basket. I haven't watched the most recent One Punch. I am not crushing it currently. No, I watched like 2 episodes of this JoJo, and everybody says that it's gotten really fun and really good. I just haven't gone for it. How is the new One Punch Man? So we know a lot of people who are the sort of people to be like, it's gonna be garbage, right? Sam and I are easier to please. It's, we're the sort of people that if we go to a movie about robots and the robots punched something, we're like, I mean, they did I wanted to see a robot punch a thing and I got it. So I'm happy. That was fine. Right. But One Punch Man, first episode, everyone was like, the animation was garbage. We watched the first episode and we were like, that was fine. It's because people are comparing it to the Madhouse one, right? But that was fine. Like if we had watched that episode without any like prior season existing, we probably would have been like, this seems like a pretty cool anime, right? It was good. It was whatever. And then we watched the second episode and it was difficult. It's a lot of I'm trying to think of how to put this. it's a lot of like reusing assets and freeze frames and speeding things up so that they don't have to animate it. Right? There was a lot of stuff that happened in that second episode where we were like, oh no. We wanted so badly to be like advocates for it and be like, y'all are just fussy. Y'all are just being fussy about it. But the second episode was difficult. Yeah. Yeah, the fight scenes are also hard to follow, which is such a disappointment, right? Because in the original One Punch Man, like the first season of One Punch Man, like everything was so detailed. The moments that were smeary on purpose, right? Like that kind of stuff I love. But yeah, Hiromatsu, I have so many friends that are like big time JoJo fans and they say the same thing. I just haven't taken the time to go back to it. Why isn't Madhouse making it anymore? What I was told, and I don't know if this is true, so you would have to do research yourself, but what I was told by people is that Madhouse was down to do season 2, but they wouldn't have been able to make it and put it out for a long time. So, like, imagine the amount of time that we waited for season 2 as it is, and tack on like a few more years, right? And the people who were selling the rights for season 2 were like, no. If we wait that long, people aren't going to care about it anymore. Like, we need to get it out quicker than that. So they swapped to a different group. I don't know how much of that is true, but that's essentially what I was told. Yeah, Madhouse they already had prior commitments. They had other stuff that they were making. So they were like, we can't start work on this for a while. We would love to do it, but we just need the time. And they were like, we don't have time. And swapped. It holds up because Madhouse has only gotten more in demand, for sure. Yeah, Madhouse does like, they do some stuff that like pre-existed as manga, but they always have things that they're working on that are like their originals. So as more and more people are saying, man, I would really love for Madhouse to make this anime, they're just gonna get more and more bogged down with projects. But it gives other studios opportunities to say, like, we can also do incredible stuff, right? Like Bones did, Bones has done tons of stuff, but Bones did Mob Psycho. And I think a lot of people watched Mob Psycho and were like, holy shit. Like, some of the animation in this is fucking incredible. And now suddenly everybody's going, oh, you know who should do my favorite anime? Bones. Right? Like, it's creating a situation where there are more studios that maybe weren't as much on people's radars going, whoa, they're very talented there, you know. Oh, Secrets of Grind Day has been updated. There's a big old math puzzle and it hurts my baby brain. Math puzzles and I are not best friends either. Mob Psycho is more for me than One Punch Man. It's cool because Mob Psycho and One Punch Man have so many things about them that do cross over, but the tone of them and the purpose of them is completely different. I love it. Yeah, absolutely, right? That's what I'm saying though. Like Bones has always been good. But there was a decent amount of time there where anytime somebody was like, "Man, I really want them to make an anime of this," they'd just be like, "Madhouse should do it." Like Madhouse was the only good studio that existed and everybody else was just garbo. Like, so I think with like big heavy hitters that show a lot of I'm trying to think of how I'm trying to put this. They show like variation, you know? Something like Mob that went from kind of like structured, clean to smeary, bright, crazy, and it all worked so well. Stuff like that is making people go, "Wait, who's making this? This looks incredible," you know? That sort of like things like that are going to help other studios be like, "Hello," which is why when they swapped to somebody else for One Punch Man season 2, Sam and I were like, this could be great. It could be great. And everybody's getting really like upset about it. But Madhouse isn't the only good studio out there. Like there are lots of very talented people at other studios. So we'll just have to see. But episode 2 really bummed us out. So. Oh, Noragami. I love Noragami. Most recent episodes have been better. We'll have to catch up. Sam and I have got to catch up. After watching One Punch Man season 1 again recently, the only thing that's bothering me about season 2 is the pacing. Sam and I are the sort of people, and maybe you are too. I'm not saying that you're not. Sam and I are the sort of people where if there's a show with incredible looking fight scenes, we'll go back and rewatch them, you know? So with One Punch Man season 1, there were lots of situations where we were like, God, that looked so good. And we went back and rewatched it, right? So it's a bummer. It's a big bummer for us to watch a fight scene in season 2 that by all accounts should look amazing, right? Because Genos winds up being kind of the like surrogate main character fight because the whole show revolves around One Punch Man, who his like legitimate fights don't mean as much if he has a lot of them because of who he is. So Genos is like the excuse to have a really cool, incredible looking fight scene, right? Because he's still like adjacent to the main character. He's got all of this cool kit going on. And so his fights are meant to look amazing. So when they don't, we're just like, oh, okay. You know. I always feel bad recommending a book, game, or anime by saying, don't worry, it gets good. Yeah. That happens so often, though. Have you ever considered playing a Pokemon run like what Sam is doing? No. I have not gotten super attached to a Pokemon game since Pokemon Blue. Blue, I was obsessed with. I would not put it down. I loved it. Every Pokemon game that I've played since Blue, I've not finished. I haven't really committed much time to. So I know that Pokemon is not for me of now. It's kind of like really long RPGs. When I was a kid, I would just go ham on an RPG. I would do everything that I could, like talk to every person, do every side quest, right? Because they were more manageable. It wasn't like open world, right? Or like what open world means to us now. There were side quests, there were things to do, there was stuff to find, but it was manageable. And as an adult now, I don't get a whole lot of joy out of doing that. Dodger just plays point and clicks now. Fact. Spread it far and wide. What was I saying while we were playing Minesweeper the other day? What was I goofing on during Minesweeper? I shit the bed. That's what it was. Oh my god, that's right, because I was telling you guys about how my cat took a big shit on my bed. It turned into, no, my cat didn't do it. I did it. I shit on my own bed. So stupid. I kept bringing it up because I was so tired and I thought it was so funny, but knew it wasn't actually that funny deep down. What a juicy plot twist. So everybody be aware. Dodger shits her bed. I shit where I please. There it is. Clip that. Yeah, wait.
I shit the bed. I shit the bed every night. And I blame it on the fucking cats. No one will believe you.
I sound so fucking tired. It's so stupid. What a stupid goof to lean into that hard. Oh, jeez. Clipception. I do like card games. I'm typically not very good at them, but I do like them. Like I used to play a lot of Magic the Gathering when I was in high school. I got really into Hearthstone when it first released. All the older women in my family are widows or divorced from long marriages, and now they're a bunch of jet-setting party animals. I don't know where that statement came from, but I'm now also imagining all of them shitting the bed. My husband wouldn't let me do this, but now we're divorced and I can shit where I want. This isn't funny. This is so stupid. Someone should tell Sam what his wife is up to. That door is the only thing between us. He hears everything. He hears all of it. Post 30, you feel like an adult. I didn't say that. I said that the perception is when you're 30 years old, you're an actual adult. That's the perception. I didn't say it was true. He's an accomplice. No, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted from all that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, dude. Old people live it up. I mean, not all old people, but I hear more and more often about older people being like, finally, I'm 80 something and now it's my time. It's finally my time to see the world. Right? They just like go ham. Sam knows who I am. He knows who I am deep down. Deep down, you're a bed shitter. On that note, guys, let's read the event list and wrap up for today. I should be streaming tomorrow night. That's the plan. So I think that'll be the next time that I see you guys. I'm gonna mess around with this fucking capture card and shit. Try to get you working. Went through all this for a plug and play easy system. Shit ain't working. But it's probably because of me. It's probably a me thing. Are we going to stream art? Oh, we should. Let's stream some art. Yeah, let's do that. Was Sam laughing in the back room just now? No. I mean, I didn't hear it. Plug and play, more like plug and slay. I don't know what that means, but yes. All right. If you would like to stick around and be part of a raid, please hang out and chat. And if you have places to be, mwah. Thank you so much for watching today. Lady Jan, thank you for the 11 months. Hero82, thank you for the 49. I'm now imagining all of the people who were potentially here for the first time. And I'm like, you know what's funny? Poop jokes. Let's tell poop jokes for a half an hour. Anyway, bye. If that was you, I don't always tell poop jokes. But thanks for making it through all of that with us. I hope you hit follow and come back someday. Anyways, Dr. Unsin, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Thoughtful Walrus, thank you for the 21. Stefanov for the 57. Pilzer, thank you for the 16. Arnar, thank you for gifting a sub. To Bry the Lion, welcome to your 14th month. Thank you so much, Arnar. I am Herder, thank you for the 32. Random Lights for the 39. Tysonosaurus, thank you so much for subscribing. And Daxel, thank you so much for subscribing. Both of you, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you very much for the support. Herr Schaefer, thank you for the 9 months. Happy Twitch, baby. Ma or Less Gaming, thank you for the 21. Banana Palm, thank you for the 39. Fullians, thank you for the 6. Box of Doom, thank you for the 17. Pirate for the 2. Veltrox for the 14. SP Wolftech for the 30. Daegu, thank you for the 11. Teosim for the 1 year. Happy anniversary. Tyroglyphus, thank you for the 16. Beef Cheek for the 9. Happy Twitch baby to you as well. Faineth, thank you for the 6 months. Adub64, thank you so much for all of the biddies. Boogar, thank you for the 1 year. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much. Sonic Advance for the 32. Ospit for the 4. SRC for the 5 years. Were you the one who said that it wasn't showing up? It might not have shown up as an alert, but it did show up in the event list. So yeah, happy 5 years, happy 5 years, happy 5 years. Enjoy your new badge.
Sonic Advance, thank you for the 32 months. Dogfight, thank you for the 18. Adub and Gorpinster, both of you, thank you very much for the biddies. Overlord Paka, Overlord Lopaka, thank you for the 11. Veronica, thank you for the 37. Make some time for the 34. K Sherry, thank you for gifting a sub to Sigurd. Sigurd, thank you and welcome to the Katogungo. Megolodon, thank you for the 20 months. Omni Overworld, thank you for the biddies. Good day, Miss Dodger. Today, a dear friend of mine is doing a birthday stream. Since we love basically everything you've done, it would mean the world to us if you could quickly stop by and say hi. Who's your friend? Who's your friendo? Are they still doing a stram? Omni, are you still here? This is important. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they're still here, we could raid the friendo for their birthday. Lots of hmms. Okay. We'll keep going, but if Omni shows up. Zindy, thank you for the 29. Alias Found for the 32. Witch Hazel for the 5. Cheshire Piera, thank you so much for the 2 years. Happy anniversary. Video Game Cats for the 4. Avi, thank you for gifting a bunch of subs. Avi gifted subs to Captain Seth, Hush Me, Panetti. Tezrol was taken. Kremlin Joe, Enrix, G Trackle. No Name Joe, Royal Panton, Bastosa, Otakomo, Trader in Spices, Figgity Jones, Tassamorth, and Cam the Man Bam. All of you, welcome to the Cat Gang or welcome back. Thank you so much, Avi, for those. Awesome Lapossum, thank you for the 15. Hikaru-chan, thank you for the 11. Wanted to say hi. I can't always watch because of work. It's always a joy to watch your streams because of the positive community. Thank you very much. Metafighter, thank you for the 40 months. Dark Crusty, thank you for the biddies. Insane42, thank you so much for the biddies as well. Quaffman Dan, thank you so much for the 9 months. Happy Twitch, baby. Garen SRG for the 16. Jupstein for the 10. Quantum Strike for the 11. Roasty Toasties for the 4. Captain Slow for the 13. Functional Monkey for the 4. Okalis, thank you so much for the 2. Thanks for being a bright, positive influence. Your views on life and all the stuff in between has inspired me to change my view on life. What? That's so cool. I mean, not saying, well, if it's a positive change for you, if you feel like more comfy about the future and all of that, then that means a ton. I'm so glad. Paz06, thank you for the 18. Ninja Nico, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Josh Hodgett, thank you for the 35. Mystic Knight for the 56. Snakerfin, thank you for the 28. El Zilko for the 9. Happy Twitch, baby. TK Cross for the 5. Superfro, thank you for the biddies. Resignation Speaks for the 4 years. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much for all the support. Lias Monfar, thank you for the 3. Zefthulu, thank you for the 33. Vowry, thank you for the 2. Sherbs for the 3. Uncle Ducka for the 2 years as well. Happy anniversary. PG Wipeout, thank you so much for the biddies. It's my wife's birthday today. She didn't know about Star Wars until she met me. Could you wish her a happy Star Wars birthday? Oh, may the 4th be with you, wife of PG Wipeout. Happy birthday. I hope you have an incredible day, and I hope you get lots of snuggles. Draylin, thank you so much for the 18 months. Zalalis, thank you for the 25. Hero Boz, thank you for the 2. Samael for the 1 year. Happy anniversary. Zenibu for the 21. Johnny Mac for the 2. Kalu for the 22. Look who's Ftagan, thank you for the 2. Renji Abari, thank you for the biddies. Afix for the 3. Wolfine for the 30. Mrs. Creasy for the 3. Chrysasta for the 9. Happy Twitch, baby. Kino Winterwolf for the 11. Tiny Manga Bay, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Heaven Spawn. Welcome to the Katogangu. Thank you so much, Tiny Manga Bay. Heather Minnow, thank you for the 2. Name of A for the 19. Tiny Manga Bay, thank you for gifting another sub to Mesozoic Mystery. Welcome to the Katogangu. Thank you again for that. Nag Nag Nag, thank you for the 26. Ginger Ninja for the 2. Zillow for the 20. And Valina, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. That's it. That's all. Did we get a response on who the birthday child was?
It's Fork My Life. Is it? Fork My Life. What a good name. Oh. Oh. Oh, good. We're freezing? That's fine. Fork My Life. Birthday stream. Look at that. She loves you. What? Oh my God. All right, guys. Fork my life. If you are a sub and you have Doogiers, send Fork My Life some Doogiers for their birthday. And otherwise, just wish them a good one. We'll send them some love for their birthday. I like it. I like it. I love all of this. Have a great day, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Okay? Bye-bye.